Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back, everybody. It's been said before that we're here on this planet for one thing, to create. Obviously, create more of us, but also create the life you want. It's all there in front of you. And if you take that concept, they start making a little more sense. We're going to dig into that today with somebody who helps people make sense of many different things, especially when it comes to harnessing the power of energy. She is a energy healer, spiritual life coach. But what truly fascinates me about her is that she's got a medical background. As a nurse, she runs deep. She's still going to school. I mean, it's just, I've honestly, I don't think I've ever met anybody in this arena that has the amount of credentials that she has. I know she's got a past history, a personal history of challenges that got her to this point too. She's amazing. She's our professional of the year. Danielle White joins us again here on the program. How you doing today?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me back. I'm so excited. I love to connect with you.
Same.
I love the energy and the way that we share. You just bring so much out into the conversation. And I just want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm just curious. I feel it. So yeah, it just comes out. It comes within. People say to me, it's like, God, how do you do podcasts? You have like scripts and everything. I'm like, I have never had a script in my life doing podcasts. Other things, yeah, okay, outlines and things like that. This is just a conversation that we feel, starting with a concept, a topic. So the whole concept of being here to create, let's start working through that. Yeah, we're here to create other people. So we got that. We were put on the earth for that one reason and others. How deeper does it go? Manifestation, there's more creation. You're creating the life you want to live. Thoughts on past that? How does the whole creation thing work for us?
Well, I would like to start with the manifestation aspect.
Please do.
So with manifestation, it is branching off of what you focus on is where your energy flows. And a lot of people have difficulty with manifestation because if there's a negative aspect or a disbelief, it's going to grow that and show you that where the work needs done. But if you have a pure intention, not something from the egoic side, but that's not only good for you, but good for others, then it can grow and fruition. And that's what's going to come to you. The more you give from love in your heart, that's where it truly lies.
Well, that goes back to things we've talked about in the past regarding gratitude. So
yes,
you're feeling a feeling of love in terms of the gratitude. And it's been said that when you practice that, the universe gives you more.
Yes, because you're grateful, you're thankful. And when it's true, you feel it in your heart. So think of someone giving you a gift for the listeners out there. You can remember times that you're really appreciative where someone gives you a very thoughtful gift for you, or when someone gives you a gift because they feel like they need to give you a gift and the true intention isn't behind it.
Yeah. It's almost the same thing, I believe, as when somebody says, yeah, grandma's cooking. Her food is the best. She puts love into it.
Yes.
I believe the love that she puts into it is legit, but it's also, she puts an intent into it. She puts her energy into it.
Exactly.
And that's the game changer in the flavor and everything.
Exactly. And when you're cooking from that aspect, your sentence heightens. So your taste and your intuition on what to add into things can flow. That's the whole purpose of everything, is allowing the flow.
I just said not more than 10 minutes ago to somebody, go with the flow. And then you just said the word flow. And I internalize going with the flow as, there's a river of life and you need to go with the flow. And if you fight it, swimming to the side, just fighting the current, the universe has a lesson for you and you're going to have to learn it anyway. So you're going to be swimming that way in the first place. So you might as well just keep going. Go with the flow. That makes sense?
Absolutely. Indigenous beliefs they would actually jump into a river
Wow.
as part of their growth of growing from a child to an adult. And in that lesson, they were taught to let go of control and to allow and to follow and float with the river.
That's
So,
exactly.
yes.
And I don't know anything from anything. I just, I hear that phrase. Mom used to say it. And I'm like, you're old. We said it to our parents. Come on, what do you know? You're old. You just think that. But then you think about all these little things that have been said to you as you were growing up. And it's like, all right, well, that was actually true. That one actually makes sense now. There's, Dad used to tell me, and I don't believe, I wasn't super close with him. And he passed when I was in my low 20s, suddenly. But he always used to say, breathe, learn how to breathe. Mm-hmm. And I was an anxious little kid. And that's what he was trying to help me with. And now I get it, that, even decades ago, that he was onto something there. And of course, as a kid, I'm like, what's that going to make a difference? And I tell my daughter the same thing. Just take a deep breath. And she says the same thing that I said. Come on, leave me alone. What's it going to do? It's going to do everything. Learning how to breathe.
Yeah, because that nervous system's activated.
Yeah.
And if you just stop and take a deep breath, it activates the sympathetic, which begins to calm.
I have to be very honest and tell you, with the manifestation thing, I felt I was doing pretty well in terms of manifesting, believing, and I still believe in it, but I lost my steam. My foot has come off the manifestation pedal, and I'm trying to get back into it. And why? Because I haven't seen things show up as I think they should, et cetera, et cetera. I know it's on the universe's time. You need to be patient. But I derailed. I'm slowly getting back into it.
Well, one thing that's coming up for you, is that, are you trying to force things? And is your vision more of you and not the creators and your vision together?
How do you mean?
As in, the best way to put it would be, if you're focusing on something you want, are there blocks because there's work to be done? Are you inviting co-creation, or are you trying to do it alone?
Well, there are a couple of things floating out there that I'm working on with others. Mm-hmm. So co-creation.
Co-creation, as I'm speaking of, is in terms of the creator.
Okay.
And when you co-create with others, you have their aspects also. So it's not just yours. You've got each person.
Which I detect you're going down this road. It's harder with other people.
It is, especially if the creator's being left out, or if other people have certain agendas or certain
visions.
Exactly. Certain visions, and they're stuck to what that vision is. They don't want to expand, or they have trouble receiving things that are given to them.
On those two aspects of creation that I'm working on, and it's a side thing over here, I think we're all on the same page. I feel, they're spiritual. They're good choices for that. But in the other aspect of things you think should be showing up in your life, how do you align with the creator, to make that happen? Say prayers, like what? How do you do that?
Yes, prayers, talking. The biggest thing you can do is actually have a relationship. Talking, sharing, everything. If you're struggling with something, or you want to be better, or you feel inadequate, give it over and discuss it, and the power is going to come in from the creator.
How do you know that you have blocks?
You're not manifesting. It's not coming in. You're feeling, I'm going to use it, the blessing button's triggered about things around it. You have fears come up, or nervous anxiety. When you know you're on the right path, there's excitement. And it's an easy flow, and you want to do it. You just do it. But when there's things that are holding you back, or procrastination, there's underlying things there.
I will say this, and it's not about me, but I share, maybe others are thinking this. In the things that I manifest, and want to show up, I don't have a doubt. I know they will show up. I just do. I know maybe it sounds a little cocky, but I just do. It just, how to get there, that's the other part. I'm trying not to even worry about that. It's just going to, believe and it shall be.
Yes. And when you have that confidence, that's your inner knowing it's for you.
Yeah.
You know it's coming.
I do. It's just the patience thing. And then you hear
Yes.
these stories. You hear these stories of other people, like one woman I know, life coach, legit. She's pretty spiritual. She was in a marriage that wasn't good. There was abuse there. He passed away, and sad as it was kind of a relief for her. So she wrote on a piece of paper the man she wanted, and she put it underneath her bed. And a week later, he showed up. Happy ever after. So you hear those stories, like, took you a week. What the hell? The other things, take a long time. But then maybe we don't realize that they've shown up.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I needed a new car, about to, buy one. And it's, time. I put it off for a while for a number of reasons, but I came across one and it just seems all right. And I'm not even worried about it. It's like, yeah, that's the one. That's it. We're good. All right. Just got to, do all the things you got to do to take delivery, yada, yada. But it's like, just, that's the way it should be. And then I think I don't want to say I worried, but I thought about it. Well, expense and things like that. It's like, what am I worried about? It's all good. Overthinking it, not. And I don't. But, there's things that, when it comes to finances, you think about those things. But it's also your intuition.
Exactly.
What's the difference between intuition and manifesting? So how do they go? How do they work together?
They work together because with your intuition, it's your body and your spirit guiding you and telling you. But if you don't know how to listen to that, then it can become a cluster.
Blank.
Yes, because you'll be doubting yourself.
Yeah.
And then you'll go back and forth. Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. And
it's not clear.
We've talked a little bit about intuition, gut feeling before, and I feel like I hear it more than ever. But then I'll double check it. Like, all right, here I've got the download. That's the right answer. There it is, right there. Wait a day, wait or two. Let me go back to that again. Am I getting the same feeling? Yeah, I am. Okay, yeah, we're good. Is that a bad thing to do to circle back on it?
No, absolutely not. It's good that you're not impulsive. You're taking some time and you're being discerning and you're double checking what you're feeling internally.
Yeah. That being said, and this is all part of creation, what we're talking about, the manifestation part of it. When you're feeling it, what does it feel like for you? Your intuition.
Well, easily for me, my solar plexus is tight and that's my power center. And that's a yes for me or correct. If I feel in my heart space, if I feel a nervousness or a scared feeling, I know that's a no. But for me, are you familiar with human design?
Nope.
Well, in human design, it goes off of your birth chart, your placements when you were born, I Ching, and something else that I'm blanking on
Not the Akashic Records or anything like that, right?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
But in that one, I am considered a reflector, which only 1% of the population is a reflector. So what that means is that I can be with someone and be their mirror, and your feelings, emotions, sensations are heightened in me. So for a long time, I never realized, I knew I was an empath, but I didn't realize that till I was a lot older. But it went far beyond that for me. And as a reflector, you're supposed to wait 30 days to make any important decision because it's so hard to get away from everyone else's things. So I take a lot of time by myself.
Wow.
And in my prayer room.
I'm just learning all of this, but I have to tell you, in the past couple of months, I sort of do the same thing. I need to be away from people. Love them. Love you. It's all good. I need some time. I feel like the energy is like, more and more I push back. Like, I can't. I just, no. And I find myself, I just could lay in bed and close my eyes and either meditate and think and recharge. Like the other
Yes.
night, I was a little tired. I'm like, I don't have anything going on tonight. This is excellent. I had a book about manifestation. Haven't a year now. I haven't read it. A couple of pages in, I'm like, that's what I'm doing. You know, cat's here, cat above my head on the couch. Got the dog over here. I'm like, this is gonna be great. And then I'm like, man, I can't read this book. I can't focus on it. I just need to do nothing. Like literally do nothing. And like almost like a Tesla recharging. I feel like I'm plugged in and I'm recharging. And that I didn't do anything. I just laying there, just thinking. And is that normal? What's going on?
That is a normal thing. It's just a lot of people in society were taught not to. It's a self-love thing. And you're recharging. If you're running on empty all the time, you have less to give.
Yeah.
Just like putting on your airplane mask for your oxygen before you help someone else. It's so important, so vital to our abilities. And learning that if we only depend on ourselves, our energies will drain. But if we depend on the Creator and have a relationship with the Creator, we are living through their energy, through His energy, her energy, however you want to look at it.
And we're not necessarily talking about religion here. Whatever you want to believe, however we got here, and could be the universe. I believe in the universe, and of course I have a friend, whenever I say that, she's like, well, who do you think created the universe? I'm like, all right, okay, I got you. Interesting. Do you feel that on a daily basis, we only have so much energy?
If we're depending on our own.
Interesting.
That's my belief.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm open to anything at this point. Because I've even I had a couple of medical appointments coming up, and I have a few friends, and they're like, hey, let me go with you. I don't mind. I'll keep you company, blah, blah, blah. And I wholeheartedly appreciate it. I just want to go alone because I can focus. And I feel like when you're with anybody, you do give half of your energy to them. You have to. It goes there. Interesting on tapping into the Creator. Never thought the power that could come from that. Is that the secret?
That is the secret. It's love.
Wow. Got to rethink all this stuff. Amazing.
That is the big secret. It's all about the Creator. And what is the Creator? Love. The power of love. And we've lost that in our world. We really have.
Yeah. It's, I think I might have shared this with you. But this is my mantra, and this is my ride and die mantra. This is it. Love everyone. Trust few. Always do the right thing for all. The greater good. And if we dissect that and apply it to what we're talking about, you just said it. Love everyone. You don't even have to know them. Go into the Starbucks and pick up a coffee and just feel love. Thank you so much. Your hair looks great today. Just show something genuine, by the way.
Have you ever walked up to someone or had a conversation with someone and you intuitively felt they needed a hug?
Yeah. You never know what they're going through.
Yes. And if you ask that person, can I give you a hug? 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you that's what they needed in that moment, in that day.
Unfortunately, in our society, some people are looked at as being creepy by doing that.
Yes.
Yeah. But again, if you go with your intuition.
Exactly.
You're going to know it's okay.
Intuition, discernment.
You're going to know it's okay to say that. Trust few is my biggest lesson in life, is what it is. And then do the right thing for all. And it goes back to what we're talking about here in creation, creating things for others, doing things, giving to others. Of course, you have talents and you can get compensated for that, but you're still giving what you have.
Yes. And the more you give, the more that flows back.
Well, yeah. You should.
It is an continuous, infinity loop. What you give out, you receive.
You shouldn't do it for that reason, though.
No, from a good heart.
Yeah.
From love.
Interesting talk today. Never thought we would be going there, but a lot of things I think we identified. And if somebody feels like they're stuck, maybe that's the reason why.
Yes.
I've had sessions with you. You've identified things mind-blowing. Because you can tap in. That mirror thing must be working there to your advantage many times. How do we find you? What's the best way to connect with you?
HelloFutureHealing.com or my Facebook, Danielle Marie White.
Final question. You said you're back in school. What are you studying now?
I am getting my doctorate and my teaching certificate in nursing education.
Wow. I've met others like you, not like you, but close to you. There's nobody like you, and I mean that. That have a thirst to learn. You never stop learning, and it goes back to what you just said before, because you want to give to others.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Oh, I love talking with you.
I love talking with you. It's such a pleasure.
It is. I just learned so much. You're so grounded, and your credentials are like, even if you were just a Reiki master, that would be great in itself, but there's so much more there. HelloFutureHealing.com. Go there, start a conversation. Thanks for being here today, Danielle.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too. We'll be right back. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.